Hey guys, yeah, I'm here. I'm actually alive. So I know a lot of you know bits and pieces about what's been going on with my recent cancer diagnosis, but it's kind of gotten to the point where there's a lot. I mean, in general, it's a lot. And I'll need you guys to bear with me on this as I explain it all, but we've gotten to the point where it's just kind of, there's so much to update, there's so much going on that we just kind of collectively all decided that it would be better just to shoot a video, tell you guys exactly what was going on from beginning until where we're at today, and then try to keep you updated. Everybody wants to know. We get a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts. I'll be very honest, it's been difficult for me to talk about sometimes, and hashing the conversation out also gets emotionally taxing and exhausting. So we're just gonna give you guys an update, and I know everybody wants to see me, know that I'm actually okay. So I'm gonna do that. One of the things, even with my original cancer diagnosis, I promised I would always be very open and honest, because at the end of the day, I feel like if anything that's going on with me helps anyone else, then it's a benefit to them. So we're gonna just be very open and honest, and I don't know how many videos you're gonna get, but we're gonna go ahead and tell you what's going on. So late in July 25th actually, I had just a regular scheduled checkup CT scan. And unfortunately that scan came back and it showed a large lesion on my liver, along with multiple other lesions, as well as a lesion on my spine. It hit me like a Mack truck because I thought I had been feeling real well. In fact, looking back, I know better now because my back had been sore, but I had also been spending majority of the summer with like Cora and my 4-H kids and stuff that I love, riding roller coasters at Kings Island. So chalked it up to too many candles on the cake, and it just happened. And I noticed at fair that, you know, higher in my abdomen, I had some bloating, and I was retaining water, but we were also out in the heat. So everything that now I understand were symptoms of things coming on, they were explainable. So we did a liver biopsy, and it did confirm that I have metastatic stage 4 breast cancer. It is in the liver. We're not doing a biopsy to the spine. It wouldn't change any treatment, and honestly, anything that's less invasive at this point, we're gonna go ahead and not do if it's not necessary, if it wasn't going to change the treatment. So we're just assuming it's the spine. I personally can confirm, because now the pain that I feel in both spots, like it's a different kind of pain, put it that way. So I know what it is. We went to the doctor after we got all the results, and they recommended a protocol of Herceptin and Perjeta. I'm not going to go into everything about those yet. And of course, Taxol, which is a chemotherapy, and it's a pretty tough regimen. It would have been for 3 to 6 months every single week. Pretty rough. But the prognosis that I was given was, it was devastating. No mother or wife wants to hear that they're probably not going to be here to see their 6-year-old go into middle school. And that's not acceptable for me. And if any of you know me well, you know I'm too darn feisty for that. So I did request a second opinion. We went to Ohio State, where we were given a lot more hope. The doctor came in, and his exact words, and before I say that, actually, I think this is a perfect example of God's perfect timing. And even my pastor, I've seen him during sermons, he's always said, like, encouraged us, like, if you're questioning him, like, you ask God to show up. And I was definitely in a moment where I was asking, like, God, please show up for me right now. Like, I need you. And the doctor walked in and he said, well, 3 months ago, I would have told you what your oncologist is going to do is the best that we have for you. He said, but everything's just changed. So in June, the third phase of a clinical trial, and it's called the Destiny-09 trial. If any of you want to look it up, came out, and it's using a drug called Enhertu and a drug called Perjeta. And basically, it is a targeted therapy because, unfortunately, this time, fortunately and unfortunately, the cancer came back. It was not hormone receptor positive, which is why the hormone therapy was not working, and I was just really sick on it. But also, I'm HER2 positive, which is much more aggressive. It can spread faster. Sorry, I'm snotty. But the bonus to that is, even though it's more aggressive and it can spread faster, it actually responds to targeted therapies. The Enhertu has Herceptin in it. And the Herceptin itself actually goes in, and it's a monotherapy that binds onto the HER2 proteins on the cancer cells, which is, you know, a genetic like mutation, and it's causing the cells to split and grow. And it tries to stop it from growing and stop it from replicating and even try to kill it. And then the Perjeta is a immunotherapy that essentially does the same thing with different components. But the Enhertu itself has a targeted chemotherapy. So the way that it will work is it will actually go onto the cell, attach itself, and then it will actually inject chemotherapy directly into the cancer cells, as opposed to just running chemotherapy through my entire body and hoping we get it. This is a newer drug, and Enhertu wasn't even FDA approved until 2019. The studies, and I will let you guys look up, it's the Destiny-09. I'm not going to go that far into it, but the study didn't even come out until, or didn't even start until April 26th of 2021. And so they only have 4 years worth of data on it. But they're seeing over 40 months of progression-free survival, which means the disease does not progress. It either is stable or it can even go NED on it. And obviously that's what we're hoping for. It is not, both of the drugs, the Enhertu and the Perjeta, are FDA approved, but they are not FDA approved to be used in combination with each other for frontline. So where we're at currently, I have had one treatment of just the Herceptin and Perjeta, and I will actually get another treatment of the Herceptin and Perjeta tomorrow, because due to the fact that they are not FDA approved in combination, my insurance has not approved it. They have since put in to go back to insurance and appeal that, and we're working on that appeal. But they're also have sent in financial assistance forms to the drug makers themselves to get the drug for free, and we're waiting on that, and that can take a couple weeks. But the thing is, the drug makers want me on this drug. I would be the first person that my doctor at OSU would have on this regimen, as well as my doctor here. Ben put it really well. I am going to become a real life statistic, and we're praying it's a good statistic. A lot longer life expectancy, still not the expectancy or prognosis that we want, but there's also so much data that's not there. So right now we're just baby stepping into it. The good news that we did receive this week was I did the Herceptin and Perjeta, and we dropped from 80 to 64 on the cancer marker blood test. 38 or lower is normal. So that was a little win. That's a huge win in our eyes, because it's incredibly encouraging, because the new drug has both these drugs in it, plus the targeted, basically, chemotherapy is, from the way that we understand it. The bonus to this is it's once every 3 weeks. And yes, it'll still have some chemo side effects. It'll take me down for a couple days, but it won't be chemo every single week. And as soon as I start to maybe feel a little bit better, we hit it again. So quality of life is going to be a lot better on this drug, which is important to me right now, to spend time with my friends and family and our baby girl and annoy my husband. we're doing the Herceptin and Perjeta again tomorrow because clearly something is working. And we want to keep some kind of treatment going while we're getting the Destiny-09 stuff together, the Enhertu and Perjeta. And we're hoping for a good outcome. Right now, we are just, it's a lot. It's so been a lot. And it's, you know, it was a 2% chance for me to get bilateral breast cancer. It was only a 3% chance for it to come back, let alone come back and metastasize. So, everything's been a lot. It's been overwhelming, unexpected. I can't even begin to tell you. Right now we are getting things taken care of at home and prepping. I know everybody asks what I need. The biggest thing I need is prayer that this works, prayer that it gives me a lot of time with my family and my loved ones and our baby girl. There's a lot. Right now, I know that there's a benefit dinner that my family in Northern Ohio, my brother and sister-in-law, are working on for our family and friends that are from the Bellevue area. I know they're doing some t-shirt sales and cups and things like that that are pretty cute, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. Everybody wants to know how they can help. At home right now, we're also doing some things. We're trying to get to where we're eating really, really clean. There's some vitamins and supplements and things that go into effect. We're ordering walking pads and vibration plates to keep me moving because those are some really important things. Just things that I need for comfort and things like that. I know that my cousin Brooke, who is a nurse, and I call her my personal doctor nurse, and she doesn't like it, but it's okay. She's been with me. She and my friend Cheryl have been with me every step of the way, along with so many other, my mom squad here and stuff. They're going to be working on an Amazon list of things that they are figuring out that I need as far as side effects for chemo and all that kind of stuff. And they'll be posting that. But other than that, like really, we need a lot of prayers. We're trying to get through it. And right now, honestly, we're just going to keep trucking because I am too feisty to let this bring me down. And I am going to just, during all the good days, continue chasing joy, snuggling my baby, kissing my husband, and pouring into our 4-H kids who are the world to me. My 4-H kids and their families are just, just another reason to keep fighting. So we're going to just spend our time doing those things right now. We will try to keep you guys updated as things go. Tomorrow, again, I'm going to have Herceptin and Perjeta. We're also doing iron because after a long iron study, they see how anemic I really am. So we're actually hoping for some really good progress through the next 3 weeks. I'm getting iron infusions to really help prep me for all of this before we go into the actual chemo stage. We're also going to be cold capping to try to save my hair. And I know that sounds vain, but any of you that know, like, we lost my mom, she lost her hair, she got really sick and she passed. As much as I don't care because then I wouldn't have to do my hair, we're trying to keep things as normal as possible for Cora and trying to keep it from being traumatic for her. If you guys have any major questions, concerns, or anything you want to do, please reach out to Brooke Brown or Cheryl Gorman. They've been kind of handling things on that end, and then I've had, between my family here, my amazing mother-in-law, and my girlfriends and stuff helping, when I'm not well with Cora. We've been incredibly blessed, and you have to see all the blessings in all of this too. So that's what we're going to focus on. We're not going to sit in the moments of negativity. We're going to keep pushing forward. And I just thank you everybody for the calls. And if you've called and texted in the last week, I was down with a cold. Don't take it personal. I'm working on returning those texts. It's just been a lot. But I love you guys. Thank you, every single one of you, for your love and your support and your concern. And we will keep you guys posted. And just like I said, if you want to do anything major, prayers first and foremost, we would appreciate that. There have been too many moments that we have seen that God is going to walk through this with us. We know he is. And that's what we're holding on to. So thanks guys, love you all.